The infinite corridors. You are walking through Borges' library right now, though you may not realize it. Not the physical library of your memory, that hushed cathedral of your childhood where dust motes danced in afternoon light, but the impossible library, the one that contains every book that has ever been written and every book that ever could be written. In this place, somewhere among the hexagonal rooms that stretch beyond comprehension, there exists the story of every life you might have lived. Picture yourself at 22, standing at a train platform. The 3:15 to Chicago waits on track 7. Your acceptance letter from the graduate program weighs heavy in your pocket, still unopened. In one version of this moment, you board. In another, you turn away. In a third, you never even make it to the station. Each choice spawns infinite corridors, infinite volumes, infinite versions of you living out their consequences in parallel chambers of possibility. The weight of unopened doors. There's a particular ache that comes with middle age, not the sharp pain of loss, but something more subtle, more pervasive. It's the recognition that with each year, certain doors have quietly closed behind you. You will never be a concert pianist now. You will never speak fluent Mandarin. You will never know what it feels like to have been brave at 17 instead of careful. Borges understood this weight. His labyrinths aren't just architectural marvels. They're maps of regret, blueprints of the human condition. In the garden of forking paths, time itself becomes a maze where every possible future exists simultaneously. You make breakfast this morning, but somewhere in the library, there's a version of you who slept until noon, who moved to Prague in 1997, who said yes instead of no to that invitation that seemed so insignificant at the time. These alternate selves aren't phantoms. They're as real as your morning coffee, as solid as the book in your hands. They populate entire sections of the infinite library, their stories cataloged and complete. The geography of never you know this feeling intimately, even if you've never named it. Homesickness for a place you've never been. It strikes at odd moments when you glimpse a yellow house through Rain Street glass and feel certain you should be living there. When you hear a stranger laugh and recognize something you've never actually heard before. This is the cartography of the unlived life. Every abandoned dream becomes a country you emigrate from without ever visiting. The job you didn't take, the person you didn't marry, the child you didn't have, they become territories on a map drawn in disappearing ink, places that exist most vividly in their absence. Borges wrote about labyrinths as if he were a tourist in impossibility. His infinite library isn't just a thought experiment, it's an atlas of longing. In its endless hexagonal chambers, your unlived lives gather dust on shelves you'll never reach, stories complete and perfect and entirely untouchable. The reader in the labyrinth. But here's what Borges knew that transforms this meditation from tragedy to wonder. You are not just the subject of these infinite stories, you are their reader. Every morning when you wake and choose coffee over tea, when you take the familiar route to work instead of the scenic one, you're moving through the library, selecting volumes from the infinite collection. Your actual life, this one, right here, is not the consolation prize. It is the story you are actively reading, page by page, choice by choice. The other volumes exist, yes, but they remain theoretical, beautiful in their incompleteness. Your life has the singular privilege of being experienced, of converting possibility into memory, of turning the theoretical into the tangible weight of lived experience. The luminous path. In the end, the Library of Lost Futures isn't a museum of regret, but a testament to abundance. To know that infinite possibilities exist doesn't diminish the life you're living. It illuminates it. Your path through the maze becomes precious precisely because it is singular, irreplaceable, impossible to replicate even in an infinite library. You carry all your unlived lives with you like a constellation. They're light, visible, but distant. They make your actual journey not smaller, but more luminous. Each choice, a small act of creation in the endless hexagonal chambers of becoming. The Library of Babel contains everything, but you, reader, contains something the library cannot: the ability to choose which story to inhabit, which path to walk,